It's 8:12 a.m. Shoes are missing, breakfast is untouched, and you've asked your child to put on their backpack 4 times. If this is your morning, every morning, you're not doing it wrong. Your child's brain is just working differently than their schedule expects. In this video, I'll help explain why and give you 3 things that actually help. Hi, I'm Michael, a registered provisional psychologist at Eckert Center in Calgary. I work with neurodivergent children, teens, and their families, and one of the most common things parents tell me is that mornings feel like a war zone. Not because anyone is being difficult, but because ADHD creates some very specific challenges that most morning advice completely ignores. So let's talk about what's actually going on. Okay, the first thing to understand is called time blindness. Most of us feel time moving. We know when 5 minutes have passed. Kids with ADHD often genuinely don't. When you say, "we leave in 10 minutes, that information doesn't stick the way it sticks for you. It dissolves almost immediately because their brain isn't tracking time the same way. On top of that, ADHD affects working memory, which is the ability to hold a list of steps in your head while you're doing them. Getting ready in the morning involves a dozen steps or more. Finishing step 3 can mean losing track of steps 4 and 5 entirely. That is not defiance, it's just how ADHD affects task sequencing. Parents often ask me whether reward charts work, and the honest answer is they can, but only when the reward is immediate. A sticker at the end of the week is too far away for the ADHD brain. That brain discounts future rewards very quickly. So if charts haven't worked for your family, the timing is probably the issue, not your kid. Verbal reminders are another one. Every "did you brush your teeth yet" feels like it should help, but it actually adds to the load. Your child is already managing several demands at once. One more verbal prompt can push them towards overwhelm rather than forward through the task. It's not that you should stop communicating, it's that the way you should deliver the cue should matter, or should be different. So, let's talk about what actually helps then. There's 3 things that I recommend. First, do your morning prep of the night before. Clothes out, bag packed, lunch sorted. Every decision you remove in the morning can be one fewer thing that your child's brain has to handle before 8 a.m. This one change alone can cut a significant amount of conflict away. The second is to replace verbal countdowns or verbal commands with a visual timer. Something like a time timer gives your child a physical external sense of time instead of relying on an internal one, which they don't have. But they can see time disappearing, then they can see it and know it rather than just hear about it. The brain has something more concrete to work with. Third, shrink the sequence. Pick 2 or 3 non-negotiables. Shoes, backpack, and jacket, and let the rest go temporarily while the habit builds. Try to fix the whole morning at once usually means nothing actually sticks. So start small, get consistent, and then add stuff from there. And there's one more thing worth mentioning. When you are stressed in the morning, your child feels it. Not because they're being dramatic, but because children, especially neurodivergent children, are exquisitely sensitive to the emotional state of people around them. Their nervous system reads yours. If you walk into the kitchen tense and rushed, their already stretched system picks that up, and the whole morning can escalate before a single word is said. This idea is called co-regulation, and it means that one of the most powerful tools available to you in the morning is your own nervous system. Taking 3 big, slow breaths before you wake your child, lowering your voice even when you want to raise it, slowing your movements when everything in you wants to rush. These are not just nice ideas, they're neurological interventions. You regulate yourself first so that your child has something to sync up with. If you've tried these strategies and mornings are still a daily crisis, pay attention to that. Persistent morning dysregulation can sometimes point to an unaddressed anxiety, disrupted sleep, or ADHD profile that hasn't been fully understood yet. A formal assessment can be really helpful here, not just to confirm or rule out ADHD, but to map out your child's specific needs and challenges so you know what support will actually land. If you'd like more support, we offer child counseling and parent support here in Calgary, and we also see clients online across Alberta. And if this video is helpful, please let us know.